we are to solve these equations simultaneously using matrix, the first thing we have to do here is to arrange this equation in form of a matrix. So how do we do that? I'll write here for x, the coefficient of x here is 1, that of y is 1, that of z 1. That of x here we have 2, that of y here we have minus 2, that of z we have minus 1, that of x here we have 1, that of y we have 2, that of z we have another minus 1. Then you close this and you write equals, you write those ones here which is their values. So we have 2, 2, minus 3. Before we can proceed into finding the values of x, y and z simultaneously using this matrix, we'll first of all find the determinant of this. So how do we find the determinant? We put in here on top plus, minus, plus. You start from plus, the middle minus, plus. If you proceed, you have plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. But we are going to use this only to get the determinant. Why is this here? For me to do the determinant, this is the sign for what? Determinant. And this determinant is equal to 1 bracket. Once I pick this, the whole of this row and column will be eliminated, unlike doing something like this. So I will now have minus 1 times minus 2 to give me 2, then minus 2 times minus 1, which will give us what? Plus 2. The second one here we have minus what? 1, then open your bracket. The whole of this now will be eliminated, so we have just this. So we do minus 1 times 2, we're having minus 2, then minus 1 times minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 gives us minus 1 times minus, which will give us what? Plus 1. The next one we have here is what? Plus. Say plus 1. Open your bracket, you'll be having the whole of this and the whole of this will be blank. Then we'll have 2 times 2, which is what? 4. Minus 1 times minus 2 gives us minus 2. Then 2 times 2, which is 4. Minus 2, we'll be having plus 2. Then after doing this, we open the bracket and solve for the determinant. We'll be having 2 plus 2 is 4 times 1, we have 4. Minus 2 plus 1 gives us minus 1 times minus 1 gives us what? Plus 1. 4 plus 2 gives us 6 times 1 gives us what? 6. So if I calculate this, my determinant will be 4 plus 6, which is 10 plus 1, 11. Therefore my determinant, of which I'm going to use in solving for the values of x, y, z, is equal to what? 11. Now I move over to this side. For me to get the value of x, I will have to replace the column that contains the coefficient of x with the answers over here in the matrix. So if I am to get the values of x, I will say okay, the determinant of x will be equal to the column for x here, which is 1, 2, 1, will be replaced with 2, 2, minus 3. So I'll be having 2, 2, minus 3, and the other ones 1, minus 2, 2, then 1, minus 1, minus 1. Here I've replaced the column for x in this matrix with the answers over here. So I'll solve for the determinant of x before dividing by the determinant to get the value of what? X. So this will be equal to the same plus, minus, plus. So I have plus 2 brackets. The whole of this column will be blank, so I'll be having minus 1 times 2 minus 1 times minus 2 will give me plus 2. Then minus 2 times minus 1 will give me minus 2, which minus 2 gives me what? Plus 2. And then minus 1, open the brackets, the whole of this and this will be out, so I'll be having minus 1 times 2 to give me minus 2. And then minus 3 times minus 1 gives us plus 3. So I'm going to have minus 3 here, because minus 3 times minus 1 is plus 3, and I have to do this minus my answer. So I have this, then plus 1 plus 1, open brackets, the whole of this is off. I'll be having 2 times 2 to give me 4, minus 3 times minus 2 gives me plus 6, so I'll be having minus 6. So my determinant for x will be equal to 2 plus 2, 4. 4 times 2 gives us 8. Minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. Times minus 1 gives us plus 5. 4 minus 6 gives us minus 2. Times plus 1 gives us minus 2 here. So I'll be having that the determinant of x is equal to 8 minus 2 gives us 6, plus 5 gives us 11. So I'll be having that the determinant of x is equal to what? 11. My value for x will be gotten if I divide both sides by what? The determinant. If I divide both sides by the determinant, this go into this, I'll be having that x is equal to what? 11 all over the determinant. What is my determinant? Over here I have that my determinant is what? 11. So I'll have that x is equal to 11 divided by what? 11, which ends up giving us what? 1. So x is equal to what? 1. That's our first value. I've gotten that x is equal to what? 1. Now I'm going to solve for y. To solve for y, you replace the column that contains the coefficients of y by the results. So I'll be having for y that the determinant of y will be equal to what? We have 1, 2, 1 for the columns for x. Then for y, I replace it with the results, which is 2, 2, minus 3. And for z, I'll be having 1, minus 1, minus 1. The same thing for the rest, you do the same here. Plus, minus what? Plus. So I'll be having that the determinant of y will be equal to what? Plus 1, bracket open. The whole of this column and row will be what? Eliminated. So I'll be having minus 1 times 2 to give me minus 2. Then minus 3 times minus 1 gives me positive 3. Then I say minus what? 3. Because I have to do the result here minus the result from multiplying these two. So I'll be having here minus what? Minus 2. Open bracket, I'll be having the whole of this column and row will be what? Eliminated. So I'll be having minus 1 times 2 gives me what? Minus 2. Then I have minus 1 times minus 1 gives us what? Minus 1. So minus 1 times this minus here gives us what? A positive 1. So I'll be having that 1, okay, a positive 1. And for the last one we have plus 1. You open your bracket, the whole of this and this is what? Eliminated. So I'll be having minus 3 times minus 2, I have minus 6. Minus 1 times 2 gives us what? 2. So my determinant for y will be equal to minus 2 minus 3, which is minus 5, times 1 gives me what? Minus 5. Minus 2 plus 1 gives us minus 1, times minus 2 gives us a positive what? 2. Then I have here that minus 6 minus 2 gives us minus 8 times positive 1, which gives us here what? Minus 8. So the determinant for y will be equal to what? Minus 8 plus 2 gives us minus 6. Minus 6 minus 5 gives us minus 11. So I'll be having that determinant for y is equal to minus 11. My value for y will be got if I divide both sides by what? The determinant. So I'll divide this and then I'll be having that y is equal to minus 11 over my determinant. And from here I've gotten that my determinant is what? 11. So I'll be having that y is equal to minus 11 divided by 11. 11 here goes into 11, leaving us with what? Minus 1. So I have that y is equal to what? Minus 1. So I'll write that y is equal to minus 1 for z. So for z here, I'll write that the determinant for z, as we have been doing for others, replace the column for z by the result. So the column for z is here, which we got from these ones. The coefficient of z here 1, that of this one minus 1 minus 1. So we'll write that 1, 2, 1, which is for x, and 1 minus 2, 2 for y, and then for z, of which we want to calculate the value of z, we are going to replace this column with the result. So we'll be having 2, 2 minus 3. The same thing you do plus minus what? Plus. So we're having that the determinant for z is equal to what? Plus 1, open bracket, the whole of this column will be eliminated, so we'll be left with what? Minus 3 times minus 2 gives us what? Positive 6. Then minus what? 2 times 2 gives us what? 4. Then we'll be having minus 1 next. The whole of this column and this one and this row is what? Eliminated. So we'll be having minus 3 times 2. We'll have what? Minus 6. And then minus what? 1 times 2 gives us what? 2. For the last one we have plus what? 2. Open bracket. The whole of this is off. So we have 2 times 2, which is what? 4. Minus what? 1 times minus 2 gives us minus 2. 1 times minus 2 gives us minus 2. So we have 4 minus minus 2, which will give us what? 4 plus what? 2. Then I will now have that the determinant for z is equal to 6 minus 4 gives us 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. Minus 8 times minus 1 gives us plus 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So determinant for z is equal to 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 12 gives us what? 22. So to get the value of z, I'll just divide by the what? The determinant. We'll be having this. So my z is equal to 22 over what? The determinant. And if you look over here, we've calculated that determinant that for us to be what? 11. So I will now write that z is equal to 22 divided by what? 11. So 11 here, 1, 11 into this is 2. So I have that z is equal to what? 2. We've now gotten the values of the variables. We've now gotten the values of the variables to be what? 1, minus 1, and what? 2. In order to check if our answers are correct, we'll have to insert the values of x, y, and z into one of the what? Equation. And if you look there, we have 3 equations. So I will use equation 1, which is this, to check if my answers are what? Correct. So I'll be having from equation 1. From equation 1, I want to check. So I'll be having that x plus y plus z should give me a result which is equal to what? 2. Okay, let's see. Y, x is what? 1. Y is what? Minus 1. So I have this. And then z is what? 2. So 1 plus minus 1 plus 2. So for me to open this bracket, I'll do plus times minus, which is what? Minus. So I'll be having 1 minus 1 plus 2. And 1 minus 1 is equal to 0 plus 2, which is equal to what? 0. So my answer here corresponds to what is given here in the equation. That means my results here are correct. It will still give you the same values if you insert their values into this. This will give us 2 plus 2, and then we have 4. Then 4 minus 2 gives us what? 2. The same thing here, to give you 1 plus 1 minus 2, which is minus 2, then minus, to give you 1 minus 2, which is minus 1, then minus 2, which is minus 3. Thank you very much for watching.